in taking a look at the different products and what you can take a look at, what I found interesting is IDEA was one of the first companies to ever come out with calculating a statistic across various columns. So very quickly in IDEA, you can get, as you can see here, a quick calculation of statistics, positive, negative, minimum, maximum by column, which I find very interesting. Very similar to that, WizRule has an overview report whenever you run WizRule, and it's another product out there where you just click a button called Issue Reports, and by clicking that one button, you get all of these different statistics, and again, by field. But in this case, you actually have an ability to graph the data and get a percentage of frequency of each value within that data. So it's a little bit different the way it works, and I like it as well, so that you can start to say, oh, that's interesting that, KD, DX, LB, they seem to have very similar percentages of frequency, but EW had a very low percentage of frequency in the particular data set. Now, the last one is active data, and we're going to show that just because it's in Excel and it's a nice way of very quickly calculating statistics. And what I like about active data is you can do it at the subset level and be able to, instead of by column, or in the other case by field and kind of giving you some subset, it's actually going to calculate statistics for each subset, in this case supplier number. So let's take a look at that. So taking the basic data that we had before, either by enter, by supplier, however you want it, you can select the summarize option, and in the summarize option you can then select supplier, and then down below here you just have to hit include statistics, and in this case I'm going to accumulate the amount field, and in the statistics I can get all of these statistics. I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't know if I really want them all, but in this case, sure, why not? We may as well calculate them all. And by hitting the finish button and just waiting, a few seconds or so, it has about 91,000 items that it needs to get through. What this will do is calculate a statistic by the average by supplier, the highest item by supplier, the lowest, the standard deviation to that average by supplier. And again, what you can do with that, all of these statistics, is when you're looking at the supplier accounts, you could say, well, how many transactions do I have that are, let's say, above the third standard deviation for that given supplier? And you'll have all of those values there to utilize. So it's a very interesting tool and getting some really nice statistics. So here we go. We now have the summarized data. And what we have here is not only a summary by, let's say, supplier 1 with an amount total, the count of items. I guess that one's not as interesting. Let's take a look at this 1759 item one, because that's a little more interesting. Supplier 1, 10,004. We have a total, net value, positive, negative, absolute value, the mean, the median, the mode, the standard deviation, amount, the mean minus 2 standard deviations, plus 3 standard deviations, etc. And it gives you all of these statistics, that unbelievable list that we just looked at a second ago. And then if you do want to select a particular supplier, you can just click on that particular supplier and it will actually drill down and provide you with the 1759 records related to supplier 10,004. And at that case, you could start to take a look at this more fully. So it's a much, in my opinion, much more interesting way of looking at your data, and a way of very quickly getting a sense of vendors that are higher, lower, that have mean values that are higher or lower than others, and hopefully this will prove useful as well to you in your analysis.